Hello, teacher Alex.
Hello, we. How are you? I hope you're
I'm really
fine.
good.
How do you
Yes,
feel
I'm really
today?
good.
Good?
Yes.
Fantastic.
How
And
about you?
fantastic. Awesome. Amazing. Everything
Yeah.
is fine. Thank you so much for asking. So we welcome to our class. I think your webcam is off. Okay,
Okay.
now
It's
I can see you very well. Fantastic. Well, welcome once again to our class. We so happy to see
yeah.
you one more time. So,
Yeah.
and let's get started. What do you remember about our previous class? What can you tell me?
About the previous class, we learned about the Duke of Edinburgh program and all the activity inside.
That is correct. In our previous class, we were talking about the Prince of Edinburgh, all right, or Duke of Edinburgh Award, all right.
Yeah.
So, and then we also mentioned, all right, that there are four major requirements, all right, in order for somebody to apply for this type of program or this type of reward. Can you please tell me, or do you remember what are those major requirements?
I remember there are some doing some outdoor activity like sport or something else, and then doing voluntary work. Next
That
is
that is right.
two more.
So there we have it. Let's just refresh a little bit.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Can you see my screen
Yeah, I
well?
can see it.
Okay, so there we have four major requirements, all right, to achieve this, four activities that the participants have to do in order for them to receive this award. So the first one is to go
Yeah.
on an expedition. Number two, to learn a new practical or social skill. Number three, take on a physical challenge, all right? Next one and final one, the last one is do voluntary work.
Okay. All right.
Okay, and those are the common activities, all right, that people were supposed to do, all right,
Okay.
in order, all right, to have the award. So let's continue here. So let's
Okay.
go on. Now we are going to go to the next lesson. So
All
we
right.
also did these exercises. We completed the phrases. All right. And now it's time. Well, pretty much we were supposed to. Let's see here. So we are gonna be talking about this lesson 1D, culture and teenage challenges. But before I do that, or we do that, let me ask you something. Did you manage to talk to Chan, the
What?
coordinator? Did you talk to Chan, the coordinator, to audio and Zillow? So let me show
No,
you something.
I forget it.
Yeah, because then we won't be able to get any interaction, any content. Let me show you
Oh,
here. I am gonna show you something. Look at here.
okay.
Can you see my screen?
Okay. I can see it.
So what's happening is that all interactions with the students, we have them there. And you will need to tell them to add you in Zalo. So this way I can be able to have all type of interaction with you. Like, like for example, the homeworks and information, if you're sick, anything.
Okay.
Then any message, for example, if I have to tell you to do certain homework, so I can send you a reminder like, hey, you have a homework. So this one, you can send me the pictures over here. Then I'm gonna check. So make this and this and this. You see?
Okay.
This way, I'm gonna be able to have a better communication
Okay.
with you. All right? So let's continue. Then once we finish the class, please
All
get
right.
in contact to her and tell her to, okay, so let's see here. So culture, all right. Lesson one,
Okay.
the culture, teenage challenges. Let me ask you something, we. Have you ever had challenges in your life? Or have you ever felt that you have something important in your life that is very challenging to you?
Yeah, I think I have quite many challenges. Like Like I have joined lots of competition in math or in English. Yeah,
Oh, all
and
right, perfect.
every time it's like a challenge with me.
Which means that you are living, or we are living over there, or we are living nowadays. We live a challenging life.
Yeah,
Our life is challenging, all right? So, and then
yeah,
let me ask you something. What do we need to do whenever there is a challenge in life? What do we need to do, in your opinion? That's personal, all right?
yeah. I think the most important thing is that like our what should I talk about? Our will, yeah, our will,
The will, all right? To
yeah,
have the necessary will
and
to face, all right? To have the necessary will to
yeah,
face the challenges we are having in life, all right?
yeah,
In in addition to what you are saying, in addition to that, I can also mention that I think it's very important, other than the will, all right, to be ready, to be prepared. Because I
yeah,
think in life there will always be challenges. There will always be challenges, but we have to be prepared because they're gonna be there all the time. So now
yeah,
let's see the lesson, teenage challenges. All
yeah.
right.
All
Let me
right.
ask you this question. All right.
Uh,
Are you fearful or fearless?
I think I'm a fearful person, and because I feel like I am scared of lots of things like ghosts or some monster like that.
Okay, let me ask you a few good questions and we're gonna see whether that is right or not.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me see. You are reading in bed and you hear a strange noise outside the windows. Do you A, carry on reading, or B, hide under the bed, cover and try to ignore it? What will you do?
I think I will reach the window and see what happened there.
Okay, you will, well, actually, yeah, you will be checking what's going on.
Yeah.
Okay, in case that you only have two options, which one would you take? Carry on and reading or hide under the bed?
I think I will carry on reading because I don't like hiding under the bed.
Okay, let me see. It's number two. All right,
Yeah.
number two. A friend suggests you. All right, a friend suggests going on a really tall and fast roller coaster. Do you A, agree to go, B, refuse to go because it's too scary? What would you do?
Of course, I will read because I haven't tried this before, and it's like a new experience to me. So it's really interesting.
Okay, so that means that it's a new experience to you and you feel like the adrenaline, all right, with this, or
Yeah.
you may feel the adrenaline. Trust me, I remember before a few years ago, long ago. I wouldn't say a few years ago, it was long ago, a long time ago. All right, I was a teenager. I went up to a roller coaster. I rode a
Yeah.
roller coaster and then I was very scared. I was like, my heart, I was feeling good at the time because I was doing it many times. But then I was like, I was feeling myself as if I was going to go out of the roller coaster. But then I was like, my heart was beating so fast, like boom, boom, boom. That's something you feel, that's something at certain point is something that's scary. You feel like the adrenaline, like, oh my goodness. But then you want to do it again over and over again, over.
Yes, it's thrilling. Yeah. So it's like it's make us feel excited, and we cannot stop what we have what we are doing.
Oh my God. That's right. So let's see here. Number three. So, number three, you have to read and text out to your class. How do you feel? A, fine. You don't mind reading to your class. B, terrible. You can't feel really nervous.
I think it's not it's okay because I like I'm a shy person and and sometimes I want to express my opinion to my class, and also I have done lots of speech, so I think it's
You
really
have done
not.
lots of speeches.
Yes, in front
Fantastic.
of, yeah.
Let me see. And which option would you take, A or B?
I think it keep with you A. A.
A. Okay, you don't mind reading to your class. Fantastic.
Yeah.
So I think you are fearless. Let's see here. Number 4. Somebody offers to take, all right, somebody offers to take you exploring in an underground cave. Do you A, decide to go? B, say no because you can't stand being in small spaces? What will you do?
I think I will choose. I will say no because of two reasons. First is that I don't like caves. It's dark and there are lots of
Oh,
scary things inside it. And the second thing is it's quite dangerous, so I don't like
like
it.
bags and things like that.
Yes,
So
bats,
like bags,
scorpion, snacks, and
snakes, raids, and all
yeah,
that.
yeah,
Okay, that's understandable. That's right. Okay,
yeah.
number 5. Number 5, you get an invitation. All right, you get an invitation to a party from someone you don't know very well. Do you A, accept the invitation and look forward to meeting some new people, or B, pretend to be busy? What would you do in this particular case?
I think I will accept that invitation and go to the party because I wanna like improve my communication skills. So it's like a really good occasion, a chance for me to do that.
Okay, fantastic. So let me ask you something, all right? Let
Yeah,
me ask you something, we.
yeah,
Which you mean like for example, you will go to a party, especially because it allows you to enhance, all right, your communication skills. Like you may be a little bit more expressive. It's gonna be easier for you, especially to practice how to become a better speaker by talking to other person, which means
yeah.
socialization.
And I also want to make more new friends because no one can live without friends.
Okay, that is right. That is correct. That may be a better world when we are having more friends.
Yeah,
Okay, so here we are having the following. So then we are gonna check the answers, all right, and count the answers, all right.
yeah.
If you are fearless, okay, or fearful. Let me see. We're gonna compare here, all right. We are going to
Yeah.
compare, especially.
Okay.
Okay, let me see. Based on numbers, I can see here that you are fearless. Yeah, look at there, because it was only one. So look at there. If you compare the A's, all right, so you have
Yeah.
more A's than B's.
What?
Look
Oh,
at there. You say, for example, let me explain you. You say, look at the question of this survey. Okay, are you fearful or fearless? All right. And the idea is to know more about you. However, I see here that the majority, all right, can you hear me? We
hello.
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Is your your mic seems to be muted and the webcam is off. Will it be the connection?
Yes, because this afternoon it was just rainy and have some
Oh,
thunderstorm, some
it
lightning.
happens when
So
it rains. When it rains, it happens. No
yeah,
matter how fast the internet is,
yeah,
no matter how fast the internet is, sometimes when it rains,
yeah,
it tends to happen.
mhm,
But don't worry about it.
yeah,
So wait, look at here. Like I said before, based on the survey, all right.
yeah.
We have the survey, but you most of them your answers were. Let me see. Okay, well, I see that most of them were. Let me see where, but that's impossible because most of your answer were A, and then you just pretty much show that you are fearless. Yeah, I think you are fearless because even you have the most of the answers are A, but you show that you do not feel afraid of doing many things except for the first one.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Mhm.
Any doubts in
Uh,
regards? Since you agree, for example, you agree to go in a roller coaster, okay?
Yeah.
You're fine. You don't mind reading to your class. You decide to go if if somebody takes you or offers you to go to an underground cave, or if you get an invitation to go to a party, then you accept.
Yeah.
So you're fearful. So let's see here.
But
So now we are going to be talking about something very important. I think we have been talking about that before. If I am not mistaken, if I'm not mistaken, all right, we have been talking about that before, I think. All right. So here we're going to be talking about the verb plus the infinitive or ing, the ing form. This lesson is intended to compare the differences, all right,
okay.
between the use of of infinitive that is gonna be done by the preposition to, all right, and
Yeah.
the use of the ing form, all right.
All right.
So I would like you to read both those two sentences so that you can see the difference in both. Can you read the
Okay.
first and the second? I promise.
Okay. I promised to help her with her English.
I
And the next
promise.
is,
Repeat this one again. I'm sorry. I promise.
yeah.
What is the rest of the sentence? I promise
I promised to help her with her English.
to. All right. I promise
Yeah.
to. That's right. That is correct. And when you use this to, how do you call that in English? If I want to use a name, all right, to mention this to that you use before the verb help, you will call this as
Infinitive.
infinitive. That's right. That is correct. I promise to help her with her English. Number two, next one, ing
Okay.
form.
I always spend 1 hour playing football after school.
Okay, let me see here. I always spend 1 hour. 1 hour. Say it again. After hours,
Uh,
what do you have?
Playing football after school.
Playing football after school. If I tell you to use a name, all right, to
Yeah.
mention this, what was gonna be the best one?
It's the ing form. Yeah.
Fantastic. ing form. That is correct. So here I am going to show you. I would like you to help me reading some examples. So could you please read these examples and these rules? Can you hear
Oh,
me?
okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay. When we put two verbs together, all right? When we
Yeah.
put two verbs together, the second verb is usually the infinitive or the ing form, which means I want, then after that, you have the option either to use the ing form or to use the infinitive form. Can you please read this example?
Okay. I want to go home.
I want to go home. Infinitive, all right?
Yeah.
So next one.
Okay. John suggested playing chess.
All right, well done. So next one, British.
British teenagers like to watch TV, or British teenagers like watching TV.
Okay, so something very important I would like to let you know is that you can use, depending on the context, all right, you can either use the infinitive or ing. And you will wonder yourself, you may be wondering, or you will ask yourself, Teacher Alexis, what is the difference of using the ing form and the infinitive? Does that come to your mind?
Yes, sometimes I have asked that.
What's happened is that, for example, I think it may be a little bit sometimes confusing, all right?
Yeah.
But let me see if it makes sense to you. Let me show you something. The best example would be this one. Can you read this one one more
Okay.
time? British teenagers,
British teenagers like to watch TV,
okay?
and British teenagers like watching TV.
I'm gonna specify to you the difference. So
Mhm.
when you say British teenagers like to watch TV, So it's referring to the action of watching TV. But when you say British teenagers like watching TV, that means that is it also is an action, all right? It is also an action, but especially like the condition of watching TV. I don't know if you get my point because it's kind of like to explain it. I think you will understand it. You will understand it even more, especially with more practice of the exercises. But one is for the action, and another one is for the condition of the action. Do you understand? So for the action, it's gonna be British teenagers like two. And after that, what is the action? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, British teenagers like
So
two. You can complete the rest of the sentence.
okay.
British teenagers like
Watching TV.
the first one. British teenagers like
To watch TV.
to watch TV. All right. That means they like the action of watching TV. And the other hand,
Okay.
you have British teenagers like watching TV, which means that is pretty much the same. If you ask me, teacher Alexis, is there any difference? Yeah, maybe there is a slightly difference, but in terms of the idea, what you're trying to say in English, teenagers like watching TV, teenagers like to watch TV. That's gonna be pretty much the same. What differs from one another is that one refers especially to the action and the other ones refers to the condition of the action. But in general, if you want to say something,
Yeah.
that is gonna be similar.
Okay.
Understand that? So let's see here so that you can understand this topic even more, so that it can be clearer to you. Let me show you some
Okay.
verbs, all right? That which is part of the difference. There will be some verbs that you may be able to use them with the infinitive form, and there will be some other verbs that you may be able to use it with the ing.
Okay.
Let's see here. We are going to have an exercise, and then I would like you to help me so that you can identify the difference on how to use that.
Okay.
Number one, so can you tell me the verbs that you may use with infinitive?
Oh, I have to read this or
Not
okay.
necessarily, some of them. Some verbs that we use with infinitive. For example,
Agree, offer, decide, prepare, expect, pretend, fail, promise, hope, refuse,
okay,
manage, see, yeah,
manage,
mean,
sin, mean,
mean,
want.
and what.
Can you give me an example? I
Yeah,
want.
I want to go to the party with you.
I want to go to the party with you. I want to. I want to, and then after that, another verb, go. I want to.
Yeah,
Then after this, you have go. I want to go to the party with you. Let's see. ing form. Let's see some verbs. So we have
yeah.
avoid,
Avoid, can't help, can't stand, spend time, enjoy, fancy, feel like, finish, imagine, practice, don't mind, suggest.
okay, suggest. That's right. So can you give me an example with, for example, avoid?
Uh, I avoid going to the crowded places.
That is correct. Also, you can also say I avoid eating too much because I don't want to be fat. For
Yeah,
example, all right. I avoid that's my case, all right. I avoid eating too much because I don't want to be fat, all right. So I have some extra pounds, not too much, all right, not too much, but I avoid eating too much because I don't want to be like very fat. Okay, so let me see another example. Enjoy.
I enjoy reading book in my free time.
I enjoy reading books in my free time. You see the difference?
Yeah,
Now I think you are able to identify the difference. And there will be cases in which you can use the infinitive or the ing form. All right. So,
yeah,
but there are some cases in which you might not be able to do it by no means. Because, for example, you cannot say, I am liking, I am loving it. Makes no sense. But you can say, I'm starting a new business. I'm starting a new career, for example. All right.
Yes.
Understand
Yes.
that?
Yes.
So let's go on. Okay. So here, this is what we are going to do. We are going to, in this exercise number 5, we are going to add these verbs, all right? The correct group. We are going to add these verbs to the correct group in the learn this box. Then after that, it's optional. It's up to you. You can check in our dictionary if necessary. All right.
All
So
right.
let's see here. If I tell you, for example, avoid. Well, I already told you this one. You already know this one. All right.
Yeah.
I think that's
Okay.
gonna be like to do this and over and over. Expect,
Expect is with infinitive.
hope,
Hope is infinitive too.
promise.
Promise is also infinitive.
Okay, expand,
Or what? Spend. Spend, right?
expand. Yeah, that's right.
Spend is with ing form.
That is correct. So let me show you here. Uh, I think it's pen. If I consider this, it may be with the ing, but also can be with the infinity. It depends. Depends on the context. Depends on what you're talking about. But normally, if you tell me, teacher Alexis, which one is more common? Obviously, with ing is more common, but also there will be in certain informal contexts in which spent is gonna be used with two. Some informal context. Listen again. Once again, some informal context, not the correct English. All right.
Okay.
So if you come across with that, so you will remember that teacher Alexis told you in this class today.
Okay.
Today, 7th, is today 7th in Vietnam.
Yes. 7
You
July.
July, okay. You will remember that on July 7th, all right, teacher Alexis told you that. So number one, so let's see here those examples. If you can help me reading that, we.
Okay. The first one is she's reading to be asleep. And the next one is Danny suggested to going out tonight.
Danny suggested going out tonight. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, so as you can see here, the rules, some verbs are followed by the infinitive of another verb, all right? And
Mhm.
also we can also mention that some verbs are followed by the ing form of another verb. Okay, so
Okay.
look at this structure, which is very particular. I am going to show you this because you may wonder, does that make sense in English? And sometimes, let me tell you something. I don't know if you ever heard this expression, but every rules has its own sections. There are some cases. Look at this. Can you read this example?
Okay. She's pretending to be asleep.
All right, she's pretending to be asleep, asleep. Here we have the case of the conjugation. All right, pretending that is taking place. After that, you have the infinitive too. She's pretending
Okay.
to be asleep.
Asleep.
Okay, so look at the
Okay.
other one. Danny.
Danny suggested going out tonight.
Danny suggested going out tonight. So then there you have the cases, the examples. Pretend for the infinitive, suggest for the ing form. So there you have the categories. Okay,
Oh,
so
okay.
now we are going to practice. So we are going to complete the sentences. And we're going to complete the sentences. We are going to use the infinitive or ing form of the verse below. Let's see.
Okay.
Number one, he promised.
Uh, he promised to send me a text message.
Okay, let me see. He promised okay, I'm sorry. I think you saw the next one. It always happens by mistake. But anyway,
Yes.
you can say that is correct. You promised to send me a text message as soon as his plane arrived. Number two, I think you already saw it, but you can say it, no problem.
Okay.
If you suffer from claustrophobia, you can't stand.
Being in small spaces.
Okay, you can't stand being in small spaces. All right, number 3. Can you read
Uh,
it?
okay, Sam is very talkative. She carries on talking even when no one is listening to her.
Okay, Sam is very talkative. She carries on talking even when no one is listening to her. Oh my god. What's happened with Sam?
Oh,
So let's see here number 4. What's number 4? Can you read it? Harry?
okay. Harry is very funny. He can't help making jokes all the time.
Okay, he can help making
Making
jokes all the time.
jokes. Yeah,
Right? Jokes.
jokes.
No jobs is gonna be jokes.
Yeah,
Like when you
jokes.
say joke. So let's see number 5. Okay, Leon is working hard. He
Uh,
expects.
he expects to pass all his exams in summer.
He expects. Okay, to
To pass,
pass
yeah,
all his exams in the summer. Fantastic. So here we have number 6. I don't really fancy
watching TV this evening.
watching TV this evening. Action taking place over here.
Yeah,
Number 7, John is so mean. All right. So
yeah.
mean. He refused.
He refused to lend me uh, 1 pound. Yeah,
Okay. He refused to lend me one pound for a coffee.
yeah.
Number 8.
My grandparents offered to buy me a computer.
My grandparents offered to buy me a computer, and then which was very generous of them.
Yeah,
So that's right. Anyone would like a new computer. What about you?
yeah, yeah. I also want a new one.
Yeah, I think because let me tell you, what's happened is that there is a situation with technology. Now you have a device, but tomorrow this device is not as update or up to date as it was supposed to be.
Yeah,
You buy a cell phone today, but tomorrow this is an old fashioned phone, But then
yeah,
after that, 1 year or 2 years later, it costs nothing.
yeah.
It's
Because technology is up to date.
Yeah, it's up to date. That's right. So you have something today and then tomorrow. Okay, for example, you spend $100. For example, I'm gonna
Yeah,
say just a number. I spend $100 or $200 in a phone, or maybe $500 or $300 in a computer, and then tomorrow, then you got it. Then you want to sell it, you have to lower the price, or it's not gonna be any more like that because there's something
yeah.
new that's been released on the market. Let's continue.
Okay,
Okay, so here we are going to complete the sentences using the infinitive or the ing form. And so there I want you to tell me uh, true information about yourself. All right.
okay,
So let's see. We're gonna do the sentences, but remember, these sentences are going to be made by your real information. Let me see. You usually avoid.
I usually avoid crowded places or going to some crowded places.
Okay, you usually avoid going to overcrowded or crowded places, right?
Yeah.
All right, fantastic, very good. Number 2, you really can't stand.
Mm, uh, okay. I really can't stand playing game.
Oh, you really can't stand playing games. All right, so you don't mind.
I don't mind helping my mom with the housework.
Fantastic. Let me see. All right. Number four, you spent a lot of time.
I spend a lot of time using my computer.
Oh, okay, I see. So now, let me ask you something. Are you now in your computer or in a cell phone?
My computer.
Okay, well, you're spending time now in your computer as well.
Yes.
Let's see here. You really want,
I really want to learn how to swim.
oh, you really want to learn how to swim. All right, very good. Number six, you sometimes pretend.
Um, well, pretend.
You can think about anything.
Um, I think sometimes I pretend to be asleep.
Oh, you sometimes pretend to be asleep. All right.
Yes.
So let me see. Good job. You never look forward to.
I never look forward to seeing my enemy.
Oh, that's all right. That's good. Let me see. Well done. Number eight. All right. Number eight. You can't help.
Mm, Well, I can't help thinking about my teacher. Yes.
Oh yeah. How about your teachers? Teacher Alexis or other teachers? All right. So let's see. Let me see. Another one. I often decide. Oh, you often decide.
uh,
That is easy. You often
well,
decide. There is something that you can often decide. There is always something that you decide. You may decide, like going to the supermarket to do the homework. There are many things you can decide.
I often decide to join in many competition.
Oh, you often decide to join a competition. Very good.
Yeah.
So number 10, you never agree.
Uh, I never agree doing things that I cannot do.
Okay, you never agree doing things you cannot do. That's right. That's fine. That is
Yeah.
very good. Okay, so let me see. You already did the sentences. You already made the sentences. I mean, then I want you to read well, I know you just created the sentences. However, you did not write them. But anyway, let me tell you something.
Okay.
So you're gonna use some of them. Not necessarily have to use. No need to. You don't need to use all of them. So only maybe two or three as an example. Okay. And then I want you to tell me your sentences. Then after that, you're gonna answer me the following. Okay.
All right.
You're gonna answer to me the following. Would you be able to use any other similar sentence, like to the ones you say? For example, I usually avoid. Say the one you told me. I usually avoid.
I usually avoid going to crowded places.
I usually avoid to crowded places. Can you use another word like substitute word or substitute phrase,
Uh,
which means you're gonna say the same but in other words?
um, like I don't like going to the crowded places.
Fine. So another example. Tell me another one.
I really want to go. I really want to go swimming.
Oh, you really want to go swimming. Fantastic. Perfect. I think that is okay. That is going to be fine this way. So
Yeah.
now let me see.
Okay.
I want you to tell me, what did we talk about in our today's class, in our tonight's class? What did you learn? What was the most important thing of this class today? Three questions. Number one, what did you learn today in the
Okay.
class? Number two, okay, what was the most
Okay.
important to you in the class? Okay. Number three, how do you think you can use this in your conversation?
Okay.
Number one,
I think
what did you learn today in the class?
today I have learned about like my real self. Like I'm a fearful or fearless person, and then we learn about the verb with infinitive and the verb with ing form. We like we know the difference between them and how to use them.
Okay, and very well, fantastic. I love that. And let me ask you something. For you, what was the most important of the class?
I think the most important part of the class today is that I know more about the word, the way how to use the verb with ing and the verb with infinitive.
Okay, and how would you be able to use that in your conversation?
Uh, I think I will use some of them in some of my conversation with my friends or in some of my speech.
Fantastic. Very well. So now let's talk about you did it very well. Fantastic. I love this class because you did it very well. You answered properly all the questions. Let's talk about homework. All right.
Okay.
So remember after this, if you can get in contact to our coordinator, Chen. All right. So she gives you assistance with the Zalo group. So let me give you the homework. Allow me 1 second, please.
Okay.
Homework. So you can write it if you want. If you want, you can write it. That is gonna be better. This way you won't forget it.
Okay.
So look at here. So you're gonna do the exercises of lesson 1D, culture teenage challenges. Let me write it to you over here. Give me 1 second.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Complete the exercises of lesson 1A, 1D. All right.
Okay.
I know I'm writing too fast. Okay, that'll be your homework. So this one for the next class, if you do it, I don't know. Let me ask you something. I'm not sure, but do you have your English book, your solutions book?
No.
Oh, you don't. Oh, that's a reason. Okay, let me change the homework. Given the situation, you don't have the book,
Okay.
so I'm afraid that I will need to change the homework. All right.
Okay.
So what I'm gonna ask you to do, okay,
All right.
given that situation, because I need to help you. So I want you to make 5 sentences with ing form, I mean infinitive, and five with the ing form. You're gonna do this in your English notebook if you have one.
Okay. Okay.
Let me see what I'm writing to make sure. Make 5 sentences with the infinitive form. So the letters are too small in the chat box. Okay, there you are. Okay, there you have the homework. You're gonna do the second
Okay.
one because you still don't have the book. And then I'll talk to Chen so this way she can add you to Zalo and you can send me the picture of your homework. And I'm gonna be checking.
Okay. All right. Thank you
Wait,
so much.
thank you so much for your time. I wish you a fantastic rest of the night. Have a good night. and all the best to you. See you in the next class.
Yeah, see you. Have a good evening and good night to you.
Thank you. Goodbye. See you.
Yeah. See ya.
Bye.